is your seat? Which one? Was it right here? This one? Yeah, it's water. If you want to walk through your milk. It's water. Milk? You don't want this, you spilled it. This is your next seat. You guys go in your next seat, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, as we bring Stephanie's casket to the grave, I ask everyone to please take a moment to be sure that your cell phones have been turned off, not to disturb the ceremony. In keeping with the tradition, we're lowering her casket. And I'd like to ask the family, those of you with ribbons, to please come forward. Stand here, please. Celine. Celine. This time we're going to perform the ancient ceremony of Kriya, of tearing of the ribbon. We were Semitic people. When someone died, people tore their clothes. It was an outward sign of mourning. In the Bible, when we became Jews, or Hebrews, when Jacob heard that Joseph died, he tore his clothes. Now some people use a ribbon. We're going to say a blessing, and the last word of the blessing is the word emet, which means truth. What's fascinating about this word, it's Aleph, Mem, Taf, the beginning, middle, and the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. As everyone here in the family have their own truths for Stephanie. Repeat after me. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Dayan ha'emet. Praise are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, the righteous judge. We wear this just till Friday, at the onset of Rosh Hashanah, and that's it. Please be seated. Do you have the service folder?
I left it in my car, actually.
Ladies and gentlemen, we begin with the 23rd Psalm. If I kindly ask everyone to read together. It's on the inside portion. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Adonai natan v'Adonai lakach, yehi shem Adonai mevarach. God is given and God is taken away. Praise be the name of God. We read from the High Holiday Liturgy, birth is a beginning and death a destination. Life is a journey, a going, a growing from stage to stage, from childhood to maturity and youth to age, from innocence to awareness and ignorance to knowing, from foolishness to discretion and then perhaps to wisdom, from weakness to strength or strength to weakness and often back again, from health to sickness and back we pray to health again, from offense to forgiveness, from loneliness to love, from joy to gratitude, from pain to compassion and grief to understanding, from fear to faith. From defeat to defeat to defeat until looking backward or ahead, we see that victory lies not at some high place along the way, but in having made the journey stage by stage a sacred pilgrimage. Birth is a beginning and death a destination. Life is a journey, a sacred pilgrimage made stage by stage, from birth to death to life everlasting. We read from Ecclesiastes, "For everything there is a season, a time for every experience under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot what is planted, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to cry and a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance, a time to throw stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep, a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silent, and a time to speak." And at this time, I invite those of you who've been asked to eulogize Stephanie to please come forward.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenny. I'm Stephanie's friend since 3rd grade. Sorry, I'm short. I'm gonna read it from my speech. I remember the day that I met the Bakrins family. I was in 3rd grade and my neighbor introduced me to this lively, blonde, beautiful girl who I instantly clicked with. From that day on, the memories we created made my childhood whole. Memories such as going downtown to the American Girl dolls store with my bubby to buy our very first dolls, the excitement of having tea with our dolls, and all the made-up games we played. The many days we would spend in her room playing house, playing dress up in my basement, and among other things. Stephanie, you were the sister I never had. You were the most loyal and dedicated friend a girl could ask for. After all, you helped me get through one of the hardest times in my life after injuring my foot. Every day for 6 months, Stephanie rode with me on the short bus, as she liked to say, to school with me, pushed me around the hallways of our school, and never left my side. This is the Stephanie I'll always remember, the bright smile, the blonde hair, the kind heart. As we were in high school, life got more complicated and we lost touch with each other, all the while knowing that one day we would reconnect. And reconnect we did. 16 years later, when you came back into my life and told me that you were having a baby boy, you said that your baby would need help. You would need me to help him learn and grow, help him learn what you couldn't teach him. When Eli was born, we always marveled at how life had come full circle for us, how the house we used to play and pretend to play was now reality. As we cared for your baby boy, we would spend hours sitting on the couch with Eli, eating noodles and cottage cheese, our favorite meal, and talking about life, love, and memories. You always said I had the biggest heart and the most love to give. You marveled at my ability to care for my students, my family, and my friends. But I marveled at your ability to care for your baby as if it was what you were born to do. When Eli was born, you asked me to help raise him, to be part of his village, and now that you are no longer with us, I hope that you know your legacy in this world will forever be protected by those who you loved. I love you, Stephanie.
Hi everybody, my name is Alex. I'm the boyfriend of Stephanie. I just want to get off my chest. I do have to say her full name, Stephanie Rachel Bakrins. Unfortunately, she's not smacking me this time. She definitely didn't like when I used her full name, so I figured I would take advantage of that one last time. You know, by Irish proverb, death leaves heartache, no one can heal. Love leaves a memory that no one can steal. I'm proud to say that my girlfriend was such a wonderful woman. Not only was she a wonderful girlfriend, but a wonderful daughter, stepdaughter, sister, mother, and so much more. You know, I'm lucky to have Stephanie as my girlfriend because, you know, she's the only who understood me despite of regathering my life. She always made me feel happy, cared, loved, and most importantly, she always kept me on my toes. I remember the day I asked her to be mine. You know, honestly, I don't quite know what to say because, you know, we weren't looking for anyone. It wasn't me after her, it wasn't her after me. Yet in reality, she found me. She got me with her eyes the way they just stared back into mine, and each time I knew more and more she is the one. Though her smile, the smile of a lifetime, the smile of happiness, the smile we all come to not just miss, but love and cherish. The smile that I've come to love. You know, reality came knocking because, you know, it was true. And one day I said to myself that I'm the luckiest man alive because despite of me regathering my life, she loved me even though I was hardworking and stressed. Stephanie always made it okay. She made me okay. She was my food buddy, my best friend, my therapist, a part of my family, and my lover. She was always such an adventurous woman. The adventures we had, from concerts to drives to the zoo to the beaches, she loved them and always had a ton of those smiles. The smiles that let you know that she is happy and that she was loved. She was a very good girlfriend, treated me like no other, and as she said, I'll love you like no other has. I'm not gonna lie, she did just that. A daughter who loved her mom beyond imagine. A stepdaughter in which she, you know, Ed came to love. You know, being blood doesn't make you a dad. It's a love and bond that grows between the bond of not just a friend, but as a father as well. But before I go on, Ed, can she please borrow that damn $10? Please give her the damn $10. You know, a sister that helped raise her baby brother, Dustin, you know, loved him unconditionally. Fought with him like your typical sibling love, but you know what, Dustin, she was truly proud of you. You know, she was proud of the way the man that you turned out to be and what you're going to become. A mother who loves her child and couldn't wait for the milestones that lie ahead. The bond between those two is never going to be unbreakable. Both Eli and Stephanie resembled each other, and both her and Eli knew it. The way she made me feel coming into my life, I don't quite have the right words to say because this is all too surreal. But the way she loved me like no other, the way she made me feel cared for when it came times that I thought no one did, even if it was a little and dumb. The way she kept me on my toes, whether it's walking into a quiet room, breaking the peace and quiet, the spontaneous burst of pulling a prank, singing, adventure, or even hitting one of my nerves and my pet peeves. I'm not gonna lie, I hate my ears being touched, and she did it to me all the time. You know, made me freak out like a little schoolgirl. I miss it, and I still will forever be looking over my back, hoping that one day she'll be touching my ears again. You know, she was my source of happiness. She supported me for every decision that I made in life, and she was always there to encourage and inspire me. I really love her so much, and I know she really loves me too, but I can't accept the fact that she's gone so fast. I don't know how to live without her. I don't know how to start and continue my journey without. It really hurts thinking that she's gone, and I don't know how to wake up in the morning not to receive her text messages or her phone calls. You know, the ones that make you feel energized and happy. Simply because she was that type of person. I thought that we will face together all the challenges in life. I thought we would have a lifetime full of memories to make and continue making. But within my deepest sadness, the only thing that I have right now are the memories we once had. And I am more than thankful with that. Not just thankful because I have those memories. Even though she's no longer with me anymore, the memories that we had together will stay with me forever. It's hard to try and move on, and I don't know if I ever will. But I know she's not happy to see me like this, sad and futile. Stephanie, thank you for being part of my life. You made my life so colorful and adventurous. For me, this is not yet the end of us, because I know that one day we'll meet again, and the two of us will be together. Stephanie, I love you so much, and whatever happens, you are forever in my heart and a huge part of my life. Stephanie, I'm glad you're here to watch over us. May your mind and your soul forever rest and truly be free. Fly high, Stephanie, and continue chasing that next adventure of yours. To wrap this up, in honor of Stephanie, sex, drugs, rock and roll, speed, weed, and birth control. Life's a bitch, so fuck the world. And let's get high. Peace out, A-Town down. I love you, baby girl.
Hi, my name is Tessa, and I also grew up with Stephanie and Dustin. It's like my second family. Our moms were best friends, so we did holidays, birthdays, just dinners together. And I didn't prepare a speech as everyone else did. I just kind of gonna wing it. We were kind of reminiscing about good memories, so I'll just share a bunch of those. It started when you sent me a picture of Eli eating his cake, and it brought me back to Dustin's birthday cake. It was the race car cake. You already know where this is going. And Stephanie and I had to make sure that we smashed his face in this cake, but the icing was black, and we were all dyed black for like 3 days. Our faces, our hands were covered in icing. What else is in here? Oh God. There was also a night at Celine's. I had a lot of firsts with Stephanie. Most of my firsts were with her because we grew up together. My first concert, we worked to our red jumpsuit apparatus. Our moms for Hanukkah their poor souls had to go into Hot Topic and buy us red jumpsuit apparatus hoodies to match. One night we tried to make cookies, and we didn't make it far. We ended up just making dough, which ended up in a huge dough fight in Celine's kitchen. We ruined everything. I think she found dough for like a month after that. She woke up that morning. Yeah, the whole house was covered in dough. Still sorry about that. She woke up that morning not happy, and we were trying to clean the kitchen, and she went to put the stove back, and then that shattered, so we had to re-clean everything. Yeah, the dough fight was iconic. Nothing could really top that. Like I said, a lot of my firsts with her, there were some normal ones like concerts, and then we kind of got a little older and dabbled, maybe having a shot or two, and we thought we were slick by replacing the alcohol with water, but we didn't know water froze, so we got caught because the alcohol froze, so it wasn't alcohol anymore. First all-nighter, we stayed up all night to have an intense DDR competition. Celine found this in-house DDR mat that hooked up to the TV, and we could play all the arcade games. We played DDR and our super intense Guitar Hero competitions. Going to Escape, getting dropped off in the middle of the night, and spending the early morning hours sitting at IHOP until like 2 a.m. I remember cleaning her room with her, and after a celebratory clean, she would sneak in like icing and snacks, and we'd close the door and just eat and mess up her room again. She was my first adventure buddy. Most of my adventures were with her, normally it was a call, hey, I'm gonna pick you up, let's go to the Lake Forest Oasis and get some food and come back. Sure, okay, so she'd pick me up, we'd cruise to the Lake Forest Oasis, get food, and come back. When it would rain, when we were little, we'd call each other and meet each other on the corner so that we could run through the rain. And we'd put love letters in each other's mailboxes as well as hate mail. It just depended kind of on our mood and what we were going through in that moment. We both got iPods. Our moms bought us iPods because music was life for us at that time. So we would sit up late at night making our iPod playlist to make sure they were exactly the same. So when we uploaded them onto our iPods, we could listen to the same music and the same playlist during the day at school. Oh, the time we all got food poisoning together, the Chinese restaurant, and every single one of us was puking out of a car door. Yeah, that was good. We knew we weren't going to go to school the next day, so we could just meet up on the corner. I think that was the same night we were got done fighting over the broccoli bowl, they had to order us an extra one so that we'd shut up. That was me and you, yeah. And then we got up. No, she wasn't fighting over broccoli. That was me and Dustin, but we picked it all up anyway, so it didn't matter. But yeah, I could go on and on about all these memories, and also slamming Dustin's fingers in the car door. That was Stephanie, and we had to go to the ER right after dinner. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop rambling and wrap it up at that, but lots of memories.
Well, Ed, Stephanie's fiance. Introduction to the Bakrins family was instantaneous. I mean, our bond was immediate. What?
Is there something you're trying to tell me over here?
In any case, Stephanie was, as everybody knows, a free spirit, and it's completely free now, and she's at rest. Stephanie was a good friend as well as I considered my daughter. We'd sit up all night talking, trying to guess the name of that musical game show. She would just jump on to every answer right. She was a whiz at that, and we both I got the old songs, she got the new ones. But many nights and days just talking with Stephanie and bonding with her, and she loved her family. She was like this with her mom. She's her very best friend. Nothing could break that. They'd fight and then they'd make up and just love each other. It was always that way, and I love Stephanie. I didn't bring anything. I didn't prepare anything, but I'm gonna miss her dearly, as we all are, and I'm glad that she's at peace. So, thank you.
Hi there. I don't even know how I'm gonna get this out right now. Start with, this is probably pretty untraditional, because if anyone knew, my sister was untraditional. She was the life of the party. But all I want to do is numb this pain right now. I spent days talking to this guy, having her listen to me, cry, think, and just understand what's happening. Losing Stephanie means I just lost my best friend of almost 28 years. The one I played restaurant with through the metal detectors while my mom shopped in the stores when we were so young. The person I cracked my nose open with when we were sliding down her bed. That was literally some of my first memories I have. Or when we would smoke fat blunts before she would take me to school. I'd walk in like I didn't reek of the dispensary, but we all knew better. Even if she didn't want to, she did it. Even if she'd want to, she'd make me feel special. She always tried to include me when she could, even as we grew. She always tried to include me when she could, and even when she wasn't supposed to, she did. She was a lot of the reasons I am who I am today. Stephanie and my amazing mother molded me to who I am today. It might be the same exact traits, or maybe I do things opposite because I learned from them, but at the end of the day, it's because of those two. I always wanted to be with Steph growing up. As a kid, the teenager, it didn't matter. She was my cooler older sister. Never said it to her, but she always knew she was. I always wanted to be with her. All I just wanted to do was hang out with her. I don't think I knew until recently why, but it's because she just made me feel so safe. It didn't matter in the fights, the love, anything. She never knew how much I loved her, at least I don't feel like she did. But I know how much she loved me. It doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm literally losing it. I loved it when she called me her little baby bro, because as tall as I got, as much as growing as I did, as much as I towered over her, it didn't matter. She would protect me, and I just always knew it. She would. And I would have done the same thing for her. There's plenty of good and plenty of bad times, but I wouldn't take a single one back. The good times are memories to smile on. Fuck, that don't even matter. All those memories are something to smile on. It doesn't matter. All the bad ones will turn into good memories. Stephanie, I love you so much. I always joked with her. We used to watch the movie How High all the time. And when we were little, and the best part was where he said, got blunt, got weed. So joking, growing up, I always told Stephanie, I am the blunt. It was a stupid joke, but I never got to tell her she was the weed, and we were best buds. We were best friends for life, and we always will be. I'll forever carry her on through myself and my beautiful nephew Eli, and she'll live through our hearts forever. Thank you everyone for being here.
Hi, I'm Jake. I was Stephanie's best friend. Didn't really write anything down. I really didn't feel like I was able to. I don't really know what to say here. I just know that Stephanie loved me. I know that she took care of me in ways that I didn't really know how to take care of myself. She knew that I had mental illnesses too, and she accepted me for who I was, and she knew me better than anyone else, and I know that nothing is ever gonna be the same that it was with her. I'm always gonna miss her every day, her laugh, her smile, her jokes, and we used to just have all these things that we did, and I can't even think straight to even tell them to you right now, but I'm just gonna miss you every day. And that's all I can really say right now. I'm sorry.
I thank everybody for coming and supporting us on a day I never thought that I'd ever have to live through. I don't know how I'm doing this, but my whole life is focused on Eli now. It has been since the day he was born. I was the first one to hold him because she wanted me to be her person, and I was always her person. My dearest Stephanie, my baby girl, my mini-me, my best friend. I'm in a surreal world holding your son and writing to you. You were such a special person. You were so funny, so smart, so witty, and so mischievous. You definitely knew how to have a good time, and I think Dustin, listening to Lisa talk the other day and reminiscing, found out she was a lot more like me than anyone knew. We were so much alike. We had conversations so fast no one could understand us because we didn't have to finish each other's sentences. We just knew what was going on. And you loved Eli so much. It was your world, your biggest accomplishment. You were so proud and absolutely the best mom that he could have ever had. You taught him so much. You worried so much about your weaknesses and learning that you focused so much on making sure he knew everything. And he is so bright and so ahead of himself. I promise Dustin and I will raise him to be an absolutely amazing young man. A huge chunk of my heart is gone. All I do is thinking about you, and I want to text you, and I want to send you the next picture, and I want to tell you the next funny thing, because that's all I did day and night. 24/7, we were going back and forth, and I was sending her pictures of him, and we were just laughing, and I made her promises. I couldn't go grocery shopping the other day because everything I saw was, I just promised to cook this for her, and I just promised to do this for her. But I went and got my boots back. She still. I can't go out anywhere without memories of you, but life has to go on. I'm so sorry that you struggled. She struggled so much, and I hope I eased your pain. All you did is tell me how much you loved me and how grateful you were to me, and I know that's true. You kept telling Ed how much you loved him and how he was your father. It seemed like you knew the last few weeks that all you kept doing was thanking us and telling us how much you loved us. I just want you to rest easy and free from pain and struggling every day. I love you forever, my baby, my Pookie, my Pooksters, baby girl. Life will never be the same. I'll make you proud, and Eli will never forget you. I know that's what mattered the most to you. Thank you for the beautiful gift of him that will live on forever as a memory of you. Please rest easy, my child. Be free of pain and torment, my beautiful girl. I love you forever, my mom, your mommy Elpie.
Everyone's words were beautiful. They came from the heart, and they enter our hearts. We want to formally extend our condolences to Eli, to Celine, Edward, Perry, Michelle, Dustin, and all of you here. We also want to formally thank Charlene and Maynard, you know who you are, and Rabbi Tenenbaum, for all their support, for the support of the family and the support of the service. In a couple days, we'll be entering a very special time of the year for our community. It's Rosh Hashanah, also Shabbat. Rosh Hashanah in our world is not a day of like the New Year's of January 1st. It's a time of reflection. It's a time to remember. It's a time for hope and to look forward. Someone taught me a valuable lesson many, many years ago. We don't get over someone's death, but we live a new normal. We have to accept what's in front of us. And I think that as you leave here today, that we have to make a commitment not only to ourselves, but to each other, to love each other, to support each other, regardless of what one is going through, as opposed to pushing away, we embrace. For we're all part of humanity. We all need each other. I ask you to rise for the memorial prayer, the El Malei Rachamim. El Malei Rachamim shochen b'amromim, amtzei menucha nechona tachat kanfei hashchina, im keroshim v'torim kezor harakia mazirim, et nishmat Rachel shalcha leolama, Ba'al harachamim yastireha, v'seter kenafav leolamim, v'yitzor b'yitzor ha'chaim et nishmata. Adonai hu nachalata, v'tanuach b'shalom amishkaba, v'nomar amen. And we can read together in the inside portion of the service folder. El Malei Rachamim, O God, full of compassion, thou who dwellest on high, grant perfect rest beneath the sheltering wings of thy presence, among the holy and pure who shine as the brightness of the firmament unto the soul of Stephanie Rachel Bakrins, who has gone unto eternity. Lord of mercy, bring her under the cover of thy wings, and let her soul be bound up in the bond of eternal life. Be God's possession, and may her repose be peace. Amen. Before we say the Kaddish prayer, it's important to recognize that the word Kaddish just means sanctity. The work we do at a funeral home is Chevra Kadisha, where we keep the Torah as Aron HaKodesh. When we pray, we say Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Marriage is called Kiddushin. And Kaddish was written in Aramaic, a common language of the Jews, and it speaks only of adjectives about God. But when they added the last line, they added it in Hebrew, the holy language of our people, which is now the common language. And the main theme of that last line is shalom, is peace. So shalom means peace, hello, goodbye, but the root word is shalem, completeness. And we're here to accept the fact that her life is now complete. And now Eli's life is passed on to his grandmother and to the uncle and stepfather, grandfather. And I think it's just important that we know how sacred life is. We also know that it's finite, and we want to make the most out of it before our circle closes. So we say in that spirit, the mourner's Kaddish, Yitkadal v'yikadash Shemei Rabbah, V'yalmad divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'mechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam u'mei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yinaseh. V'yidadar v'yidalev v'yidalal Shmei dekudesha brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, damiran v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu, v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We say to the mourners, Hamakom yenachem etchem, b'toch sha'ar avlei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May you be comforted with all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem, as we say Amen. The Shiva will continue at the Miller Bakrins residence at 1070 Fremont Court West in Buffalo Grove. We'll be together following the interment till 9, Wednesday and Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m. Memorial contributions to the Michael Jacobson Gomel Fund would be appreciated. For those of you who are here, that information is on the service folder. And for those of you who are joining us online, all that information is on our website. For those of you who wish to place some earth into the grave, you can come forward and place earth. The tradition is to place 3 measures without handing the shovel from person to person. This concludes the services here at the cemetery and also the live stream. May everyone try to have a peaceful day and a healthy and meaningful new year. Thank you.